How's it going, everybody? The PlayStation Summer Sale is running from now until July 29th, and there's a ton of absolute bangers on sale for up to 90% off. Every day I put together lists of the top games you can get at a deep discount, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's video. Alright, with that out of the way, that's enough yapping from me, so let's get straight into it. For $5, 90% off, the Far Cry 4 and Far Cry Primal Bundle offers two sprawling open-world adventures from the war-torn Himalayas of Karat to the savage Stone Age land of Oros. Navigate mountains and enemy strongholds as AJ Gale to topple the ruthless Pagan Min in Far Cry 4, then survive a prehistoric wilderness of mammoths and rival tribes in Far Cry Primal, crafting tools and taming beasts to become the ultimate apex predator. It's an 81 average on OpenCritic, average trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 50 hours to get both platinums. For $4, 75% off, Make Way is a chaotic top-down multiplayer racing game where you build and battle across ever-changing tracks, snapping together loops, corkscrews, seesaws, and train crossings, while dodging hazards and using weapons like goo cannons and Tesla coils as courses grow increasingly perilous. Each round adds new track pieces and surprises, forcing quick thinking while unlocking vehicles, track pieces, and toggling traps or safety barriers. It's a 79 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $4, 80% off, SteamWorld Dig 2 is a Metroidvania that plunges you into an underground world brimming with secrets, treasure, and danger. When mysterious earthquakes strike an old trading town, you play as a lone steambot and her unlikely companion, digging through vivid caves, battling shadowy creatures, and uncovering the haunted remains of an ancient electrical threat while upgrading your gear to reach deeper, more perilous areas. It's an 88 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $5, 75% off, Wattam is a physics-based adventure from Katamari creator Keita Takahashi, where you play as the lonely mayor in a dark, forgotten world filled with quirky objects waiting to be reunited and rediscover happiness. You'll explore surreal environments as you befriend over 100 characters, everything from clouds and flowers to toilets and fruit, joining hands, stacking, and exploding with laughter in joyful, unpredictable chaos. It's a 74 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $5, 67% off, Tricky Towers is a frantic physics party game where you stack falling bricks to build a stable, towering structure, while casting one of 17 powerful light and dark magic spells to support it and topple your rivals' towers instead. Play with up to 4 friends in local or online multiplayer across race, survival, and puzzle modes, or train solo through extensive single-player trials and chase high scores on the leaderboards. It's a 73 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 8 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $5, 75% off, Streets of Rogue is a chaotic roguelite where player choice, freedom, and anarchy drive every action in a procedurally generated city teeming with complex AI denizens. You'll complete missions any way you like, using unique character traits, inventive items, and environmental interactions to sneak, fight, or manipulate your way through sprawling, emergent scenarios that encourage experimentation and creativity. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 45 hours to platinum. For $2, 85% off, the King of Fighters 98 Ultimate Match Final Edition is a fully tuned-up version of the fan-favorite King of Fighters 98, adding a unique Ultimate Mode system, game balance adjustments, and new challenge and practice modes. Battle for the top spot among 64 popular characters from King of Fighters history, with rollback netcode, 9-player online lobbies, spectator mode, replay functionality, and overhauled matchmaking settings. It's a 77 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 1 out of 10, and about 5 hours to 100%, no platinum for this one. For $3, 80% off, Titan Souls is a minimalist boss rush action game where a lone hero armed with a single arrow hunts colossal guardians to reclaim the scattered Titan Souls. Face towering titans in tense one-hit kill encounters, retrieve and reposition your lone arrow after every shot, and carefully study each arena to exploit tiny weaknesses, while dodging deadly attacks and solving environmental puzzles in brutal precision-based battles. It's a 75 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 8 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $2, 75% off, Oddworld Abe's Exoddus follows Abe, called out of retirement by the Mutakan spirit guides to stop the Magog cartel from mining the sacred city of Necrom to harvest bones for the addictive Soulstorm brew. Navigate challenging levels, solve environmental puzzles, rescue fellow Mutakans, outwit enemies in cunning traps, and uncover secrets and collectible lore across a masterfully crafted world full of dark humor and memorable characters. It's a 90 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $4, 60% off, Summoner is a classic fantasy RPG about Joseph, a young man marked with the power to summon powerful creatures but haunted by the destruction his abilities once caused. Spanning 2 continents across the world of Mediva, the adventure features party-based exploration, tactical battles with summoned creatures like minotaurs and dragons, and character progression through spells, weapons, and armor. It's a 71 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $5, 75% off, Injustice: Gods Among Us Ultimate Edition is a cinematic fighting game from NetherRealm Studios, where DC heroes and villains clash in a dark alternate timeline. Battle across interactive arenas using character-specific powers, unleash cinematic super moves with icons like Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, and dive into extra content including 6 DLC fighters, 60 Star Labs missions, and over 30 alternate skins. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 9 out of 10, and about 90 hours to platinum. For $3, 85% off, Sundered Eldritch Edition is a chaotic hand-drawn Metroidvania where you resist or embrace ancient eldritch powers while exploring a dark, ever-shifting world filled with horrors inspired by H.P. Lovecraft. You play as Eshi, a wanderer navigating procedurally changing caverns, battling hordes of terrifying enemies and strategically harnessing corrupted relics to defeat gigantic bosses at the cost of your humanity. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $5, 75% off, Crown Trick is a beautifully animated roguelike RPG adventure with turn-based combat, skill item interactions, and strategic dungeon exploration that keeps every run fresh and challenging. Navigate a labyrinth that moves as you move, master elemental combinations to defeat enemies, learn new skills from defeated foes, and uncover the hidden secrets of the mysterious Nightmare Realm while building your unique combat style. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $4, 85% off, Get Even is a psychological thriller blending first-person shooting and investigation as Cole Black awakens in an abandoned asylum with no memory beyond a failed attempt to save a girl strapped to a bomb. Use the experimental memory-reading device fused to Black's head to alter fragmented memories, explore haunting environments, and piece together the truth behind the girl's identity and the events that led to that fateful moment. It's a 72 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $3, 90% off, Aeterna Noctis is a sprawling non-linear action platforming adventure where you become the King of Darkness on a challenging quest to reclaim your lost powers across a beautifully crafted world. Across 16 hand-drawn areas brimming with secrets, side quests, and treacherous platforming challenges, you'll uncover an emotional story that hides profound twists and surprising depth beneath its seemingly straightforward premise. It's a 72 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 60 hours to platinum. For $4, 85% off, Deus Ex: Mankind Divided is a cyberpunk action RPG set in 2029, where mechanically augmented humans are feared, segregated, and pushed to the fringes of society. You play as Adam Jensen, now an elite covert agent, navigating dense hub-based environments through stealth, hacking, combat, or diplomacy, with deep freedom to customize cutting-edge augmentations, weapons, and abilities to suit lethal or non-lethal playstyles. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 45 hours to platinum. For $3, 80% off, NeuroVoider is a twin-stick shooter RPG in a cyber-futuristic world where disembodied brains pilot robots armed with nuclear rocket launchers, boosting their power with the remains of defeated foes to take down the master NeuroVoider. Play solo or with up to 4 friends in a hack-and-slash rampage with roguelite elements and permadeath, battling through generated levels packed with enemies, bosses, and loot. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, and I'm not sure about trophy difficulty or time to platinum as it's such a small sample size. For $4, 80% off, The Night Witch is a fast-paced shoot-'em-up and spellcasting adventure where you take on foes across Dungeonitis, choosing whether to rely on weapons, magic, or a clever mix of both to dominate the battlefield. Customize your playstyle by upgrading knight abilities for intense shmup action or building a unique spell deck from over 30 cards, all while forging bonds with citizens whose trust and gratitude can alter your strength. It's a 73 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $5, 75% off, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is an action RPG where you create your own character to protect the flow of history from time-altering enemies, exploring Contin City, teaming up with iconic characters, and battling foes with a fully customizable fighter, moveset, and abilities. Enjoy online multiplayer, raid battles, and years of DLC adding new characters, storylines, and events for a living Dragon Ball world full of iconic locations and surprises. It's a 73 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 60 hours to platinum. For $3, 85% off, ScourgeBringer is a fast-paced roguelite platformer that plunges you into a post-apocalyptic world filled with ancient machines, deadly foes, and hidden mysteries. Play as Kira, the deadliest warrior of her clan, as you slash through ancient machines, explore ever-changing dungeons, and confront colossal bosses while uncovering lost secrets, hidden relics, ancient technologies, and the devastating fate of humanity. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $2, 90% off, Vampire the Masquerade, Cotories of New York is a narrative-driven RPG set in a dark, modern vampire world where you navigate the conflict between the Camarilla and the Anarchs. Choose between 3 distinct clans with unique abilities and perspectives, shape your story through branching dialogue and moral choices, and build relationships with key characters who can influence the outcome of your journey. It's a 70 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 1 out of 10, and about 15 hours to 100%, no platinum for this one. For $3, 85% off, Children of Morta is a roguelite action RPG that follows the Bergson family, heroes bound by love and sacrifice, as they battle the spreading corruption threatening their homeland. You control 7 family members with unique abilities, exploring varied dungeons, uncovering secrets, and strategically combining skills and items while navigating procedurally generated challenges that test both combat and cooperation. It's an 83 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $3, 80% off, SteamWorld Heist puts you in command of a Steam-driven pirate crew, leading epic tactical shootouts across enemy spaceships. Unlike traditional turn-based strategy, you manually aim each shot, allowing insane skill shots, ricochets, and bullet-bouncing action, while upgrading your recruits with unique weapons, abilities, and even stylish hats as you explore procedurally generated levels brimming with loot and danger. It's an 86 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $5, 75% off, Faeria is a strategic card battler with a unique living board, letting you craft your deck and shape the battlefield by raising mountains, building forests, filling lakes, or harnessing deserts to carve your path to victory. Dive into over 100 hours of solo content, co-op missions and puzzles, defeat world bosses in the Oversky, and test your deck building skills against AI or friends in the Pandora Draft mode. It's a 79 on OpenCritic, and I'm not sure about trophy difficulty or time to platinum as it's such a small sample size. For $4, 75% off, The Walking Dead Season 2 is a narrative-driven adventure where you play as Clementine, a young survivor navigating a brutal world shaped by loss, danger, and difficult choices while struggling to stay alive. Make impactful decisions, interact with new survivors, and explore bleak environments while shaping the story through moral dilemmas, branching outcomes, and consequences carried over from previous seasons. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 1 out of 10, and about 5 hours to 100%, no platinum for this one. Alright, that's it for today's list, everybody. If you've played any of these already, drop your thoughts in the comments. Your insights help others find great games too, it's not just mine. As always, I want to thank all my channel members for their generous support, but to all you out there who watch, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff as well, thank you. You're the reason I'm still having fun making all these videos every day, and I'm genuinely grateful for each and every one of you out there. If you can spare $1 a month, you get early access to all my videos, and it helps me out more than you know. But I know times are tough out there, so all I do ask is, if you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with any new sales stuff that I put out, leave a like, and comment down below if you've got any of these platinums or plan on going for any of them.